What's going on YouTube? KoD here, bringing you another episode of KoD Talks. Sorry this one's late. I know I said that I'd have these out on Thursday. Work's just been kicking my ass, and I don't get home until a little later than I used to. So it's been a little harder for me to record after work and get them uploaded by Thursday. So I may have to adjust the schedule, maybe start uploading KoD Talks on Saturday, and still have my Minecraft video on Tuesday. But for right now, I'm going to stick with Thursday. I'm going to try and get them out on Thursdays from now on. Just bear with me. I'm trying to get used to the schedule. So let's go ahead and get started into it. Today, I'm talking about addiction. Now, there's a lot of different things that you can be addicted to. There's a lot of different things that are highly addictive. But most often when you hear the term addiction, you think drugs. That's where your mind instantly goes with it. And, yes, drugs are very addicting. You can get fucking hooked on heroin or coke or meth pretty fucking quickly. And it'll destroy your life. And, that's just... Most people think of illegal drugs, too. Most people don't think of addiction as, something that you can do. A doctor can prescribe pills to you. And you can become very addicted to those pills. But you don't hear too many people thinking about that as addiction. And prescription pain medication is one of the biggest addictions in this country right now, and it's ruining a lot of lives every day. And I've seen friends, I've seen family go down that path where they injured themselves on the job or they were in a car accident, and instead of doing physical therapy or something to rehabilitate them physically, the doctor just says, well, here's a bunch of fucking pills. Go ahead and shove them down your throat. And they'll numb you to all the pain that you're feeling. And as long as you're numb to the pain that you're feeling, you're not feeling it. You're fine. You're all better at that point. But you're not better. You're just numb. And then 5 months go down the line, 6 months go down the line. They've been eating 3 10-milligram Percocets a day. And all of a sudden the doctor cuts them off. And next thing you know, they're looking for some way to cure the sickness that they have from the withdrawal. And a lot of people turn to heroin. And especially here in Baltimore, we're kind of known as the heroin capital of the country. We have a ridiculous heroin problem. And now that I'm working down in Baltimore City, I see it a lot more. I'm seeing people nodded out on stoops. I'm seeing people walking down the street and just nodding while they're walking. And it's sickening, it's disturbing, it's disgusting that doctors have this free will that they can just prescribe as many pills as they want to, and then they just take the people off of them. A lot of times it goes untreated, properly. And instead of giving them these pills and then weaning them down off of them, which is a very hard thing to do, they cut them cold turkey. Or say that person has been on pain medication for so long, but they also smoke a little pot in their spare time. Something a little more natural to help them deal with pain. But then that doctor gives them a piss test, and they piss positive for THC. Then that doctor will cut them completely off of their pain medications, which can kill them. In reality, prescription pain medications are so addictive that coming off of them and doing it in a non-proper way can kill you. It can shut your fucking heart down. And I've seen it firsthand. People trying to get clean off of prescription pain medications. And, a lot of times they'll be then prescribed Suboxone to come off of opioids like that. But Suboxone's just as bad. It doesn't give you the high so much, but it fills the opioid receptors. So instead of being addicted to Percocets, then you have to take the Suboxone, and then you try and wean yourself down off of that, and you're getting dope sick again. And it's just a vicious cycle, and it's very, very hard to come off of. So that's why I said when a lot of people hear the word addiction, they think drugs. They think somebody's addicted to heroin, somebody's addicted to cocaine, somebody's addicted to meth. But in reality, as far as drugs go, they can be addicted to a lot more than just illegal narcotics. And they can become addicted to pain pills very quickly, and then they're hustling friends for money. They're asking to borrow money so they can go purchase pills off the street. And if they can't find the pills, a lot of times they will turn to heroin. But then there's a whole nother level of addiction. I suffer from addiction myself. I'm addicted to nicotine. If I don't have nicotine within so many hours, I'm going to be a real bastard. I'm going to be irritable. It causes me to sweat. It causes me to shake sometimes because I'm highly addicted to nicotine. I smoked up to 2 packs of cigarettes a day. And now I vape, so I have, decreased the amount of nicotine that I intake per day. And eventually I'd like to get it down to a point where I need no nicotine at all and can get off the vape completely. But at this point, I'm not ready for that. And I feel like I still need nicotine every day. And I'm also addicted to caffeine. I need a cup of coffee every day to start my brain. And that's not because I necessarily enjoy the taste of coffee, which I do. It's not like I don't enjoy it. But it's because my brain does not function without that caffeine kickstart. If I were to wake up in the morning and go get a cup of decaf coffee, it's going to taste the same. But my body's going to know that it has no caffeine in it, and I'm going to then still be fiending for caffeine. Now, I don't withdraw off of it. If I go a day or two without having a cup of coffee, I don't shake or sweat or get physically sick like if I were addicted to a drug, a narcotic drug. But at the same time, I get irritable, I get grouchy, I can't focus, and it's an addiction by every means of the word. I've seen people addicted to alcohol. I've seen people addicted to video games. I've seen people addicted to Facebook, which I've been trying to break myself of that addiction. It's fucking hard. I'm highly addicted to my cell phone. I cannot go anywhere without my cell phone. If I don't have my cell phone in my pocket and have access to communicate with friends via text message or friends via Facebook or Twitter or something, some form of communication with the outside world, even if I'm standing in a crowded room, I feel like I'm all alone. Even if I'm standing amongst a group of friends and family and people that I get along with, if I don't have my cell phone with me, I feel completely out of touch with everyone. And that's an addiction. It's sad that I can even say that I have that addiction. It's bad that it's something that I'm willing to admit. But, what do they say? The first step to solving your problems is admitting that you have one. And I definitely have a problem when it comes to those 3. Caffeine, nicotine, and technology. It's something, I don't know. I have an addictive personality. I grew up in a family full of addicts. I've watched family members suffer from addiction. I've watched friends suffer from addiction, and I try my best not to do anything that would allow me to become addicted. I'm scared as shit to do meth. I'll never do it. Not because I've never been curious about what the high's like. Because, everybody's curious about what certain things will do to you. But I'm afraid of it purely for the reason that I'm afraid that I would enjoy it too much and I would become addicted to it very quickly. I don't do pain pills or cocaine or heroin because I'm very deathly afraid that I would enjoy them entirely too much and I would become addicted to them and I would be throwing my life away. I have no problem with anyone who does drugs. I have friends of mine who can do coke or can do heroin or pills or anything like that. They can do it socially and they can do it to have fun at a party or something like that. Heroin's not really a party drug, but you get what I'm saying. They can do certain things that a lot of people would become very addicted to and then wake up the next day and never have an urge to do it again. And I'm not one of those people. If I really enjoy doing something, I'm going to continue to fucking do it. So the best way for me to avoid the addiction is to just never do the substance or thing that I believe that I could be addicted to. If I feel, in my years now, I've learned, because of my addiction to nicotine, my addiction to caffeine, my addiction to technology, I've learned that it is better to just walk away from something than it is to try and experiment with it and see what would happen. Because I know right now, in my heart, if I were to sit down, somebody were to come over and say, hey, I've got this big pile of cocaine, you want to do it with me? If I were to say yes, the next day I would be craving it. And it would just go on from there, and it would be a vicious cycle of me trying to talk myself out of doing it. So, stay off drugs. Try not to get addicted to shit unless it's fun. That didn't sound right. Whatever. This video is getting ready to wrap up. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment on it. Let me know how you feel about addiction. Have you ever dealt with it yourself or family members? And until next time, I'm KoD F0ot. Later.